Britton Baggerly, Child Sex Trafficking in India. Child sex trafficking in India poses a significant challenge to the lives of vulnerable children and societal development. Addressing these issues of human rights violations, public health crisis, and global security threat requires global public awareness, legal reform, and increased public safety strategies to create a culture in India where the youth are protected. The father found himself in this situation when Tina was only 14 years old. We then showed her photographs to all the taxi stands in the vicinity, and one driver recognized her. He had driven her from Darjeeling to Siliguri, and he said that during the drive she was constantly talking to a person named Rehan, who was located in Delhi. This case haunted me. I visited the local police station, and at the same time I kept in touch with Tina's grandmother. One day, her grandmother called me and said that she had received a call from Tina, who was in Chandigarh. I took the number and traced it. Tina had actually called from Delhi. I contacted CBI in Delhi and informed them about this case. Once we had her location, CBI conducted a raid and she was rescued. That comes from Mr. Narne John Charity, General Security, MARG. Today I will share more on the implications of child sex trafficking first. Second, how can you be part of the solution? And finally, how many millions of lives will be benefited by policy changes aimed at reducing child sex trafficking across the globe? I will begin with the implications of child sex trafficking, particularly about human rights violations. Child sex trafficking strips children of safety, freedom, and dignity while they endure emotional, physical, and psychological trauma that can have lifelong effects. According to the National Child Traumatic Stress Network, after youth are identified as having been trafficked, educational supports and services are often a priority in rehabilitation planning. As trafficked youth begin to re-engage in their former school setting, they may struggle academically because of absenteeism, face isolating feelings of disconnection from their peers, deal with shame and judgment, and even worse, endure bullying. According to International Center National Institute of Justice, survivors of child sex trafficking experience long-term impacts on their future, like an increased risk of not graduating and attaining a post-secondary education. These impacts limit employment opportunities and economic mobility. As such, the risk of re-victimization increases. You are probably beginning to see why your role in advocating for change is so important. You may be asking yourself, how you can affect change alone. Let me tell you. This is how you can go about making sure your voice is heard. Use social media platforms, community events, and local gatherings to spread awareness about child sex trafficking. Share information about its prevalence, the signs to look for, and the impact it has on victims. Educating others can foster a community that is more vigilant and supportive of policy changes. Reach out to local government officials and representatives to discuss the importance of policies aimed at combating child sex trafficking. Organize meetings, write letters, or participate in town hall discussions to advocate for better laws, resources, and funding for prevention and rehabilitation programs. You can see how easy You can see how easy it can be and to be an advocate for change. Now let's look at what can happen if you use your voice. Advocating for change benefits both domestic and foreign outcomes in a multitude of ways. Advocating for robust policies against child sex trafficking can enhance India's reputation as a nation committed to human rights and child protection. This commitment can foster stronger partnerships with other countries and international organizations, leading to collaborative efforts in combating trafficking and sharing resources, intelligence, and best practices. Effective policies that address child sex trafficking can improve public safety and social stability within India. As citizens see their government taking action to protect vulnerable populations, it can build trust between the government and the public. This trust can lead to more stable domestic relations, which in turn can enhance India's standing on the global stage and attract foreign investment and support. This is why it is important to use your voice now to bring about change. Complete the interest forms at your tables before you leave today. I've also provided informational brochures explaining how you can best advocate at the local, state, and national and international level. Please take extra brochures and interest forms and share those with your family so they can join the cause. As you can easily see, using your voice to advocate can be the most rewarding decision you will ever make, with the returns that will save and improve lives. I've told you about the importance and urgency of advocating for policy changes that will decrease child sex trafficking in India, how you can use your voice, and the impact your voice can have on vulnerable kids. You can become an advocate by filling out and sharing the interest form. It is that simple. The next time you see a 14-year-old girl, ask yourself if she has been a victim of child sex trafficking, or has she been spared such a horrible fate because of the awareness and actions of everyday people like yourself. I'm going to leave you with a picture of Tina. Please decide to use your voice. Don't remain silent. Child sex trafficking anywhere is an emergency everywhere.